And if you a cop watching this video, just, you know, I never went over the speed limit, you know, speed limit, I didn't. I never go over the speed limit, just, you know, I just do the speed limit the way it's supposed to do, you know. There's no speeding at all in these videos, okay? You see how easily it just slips and just burns a little bit, but I technically didn't even go anywhere. It just, that's because if you completely just stomp the gas, you don't go nowhere. This thing, the tires aren't wide enough to really put all the power down. So the trick around that is put the power down when you're already going. So like right here. Woo, damn, this thing, the sound, it sounds ridiculous. You will find reasons to just go to the store and get yourself a drink. Oh, I'll be back, babe. I gotta go get a soda real quick. You be back in 20 minutes. You be gone an hour and a half just going to get a soda because you just did that little, woo! This car could get somebody in trouble. This car is, two very special cars right here. Now we got a regular black key. Now we got the Challenger 1320 right there. And you see we got a red key right there. We got an SRT Hellcat Redeye. Both of these vehicles are some nice ones right here, all right? Now I'm gonna show you guys close up what the difference is between it, because right now we're gonna be doing a comparison video. Not just comparison of the interior and the exterior, but as well as we're gonna look at the engines. We're gonna test drive these bad boys. But both of them, they both look very similar, all right? I ain't gonna lie about that. But at the same time, there's some things that are distinctly different about them, right? Now, first off, I want to start out with what's popular, you know, the cool part. You know, first off, everybody wants to know about the engines, all right? This one comes with a 6.2 liter. This one comes with a 6.4 liter. Now, y'all may be wondering how this one has a smaller engine, but it's more powerful than this one, all right? Now, the difference is this one's naturally aspirated. This one's got a supercharged. So let's pop the hood on both of these real quick. Now, whoever's going to be looking at these vehicles with the untrained eye, they probably going to think they're the same vehicle, right? But it's Dodge, guys. We know what we're looking at, right? We know what we're looking at. Hellcat engine. That thing is still hot because I just did a full review of just this vehicle right here. And then when it comes to the 1320, you pop the hood on this guy right here. Ah, dang, it's hot. Woo, woo, woo. Different as well. Very similar, but still very different. Now from the outside, you can see a couple of things that are similar on these things. You know, they got the similar headlights, they got the similar little vents in there, but there's a couple of little sneaky little tidbits I'm gonna show you guys later when this thing gets started. See, this one's got the fog lights at the bottom. This one, no fog lights, because it needs to get all the cooling apparatus cooled, you know, because it's a supercharger. So you gotta be able to have the supercharger cooled. So you got actual vents down there that are purposed for more than just keeping the radiator cool. You got a radiator, you got the intercooler, you know, you got extra coolant down there, you got extra little stuff down there that's going to keep this vehicle running pristine, because this thing's got 800 horsepower. Now that's how it's got the difference. 6.2 liter, but it's supercharged. 6.2 liter SRT with the Redeye engine. You see that right there with the Redeye? This thing is basically 800 horsepower. And then this one right here, the 6.4 liter 1320 392 engine. It's a 6.4 liter engine, is a drag race version of the Scatpack, right? So it's everything that the Scatpack is missing. Now here's another thing that these things have actually really in common, is the tire size that they come with. Now there's versions of these that come with even wider tires, but you know, for the regular ones, it don't come with the super wide tires. They come with the 275 40R20s, and this one comes with 275 40R20s as well, but this one is drag race tires. See that little drag race tires on it? It's a drag spec. This is for drag race. This is a drag race version of the Scatpack, all right? Because some people may get this thing, and the problem with this one is it's got 800 horsepower, but this one comes with the same width of tire as this guy right here, the 275s. Right now, this one you probably can need to upgrade to some 305s at least, or some 315s to really be able to get that power down. And you're going to be able to see why in a minute in this video, because I'm going to do a test drive. You're going to hear that engine go here. As soon as you start, it goes, you know, with chirps and everything. So I'm going to close these hoods right here. You see the differences? Another difference is the hoods. You see? The Hellcat got two vents right here, and the 1320 got the more cooler, more traditional vent, one vent right there with the little heat exhaust vents right there. See, so it's slightly different. Heat exhaust, this one's more suited for air intake, you know, and they also got a little bit different wheels. Like I said, drag race tires, but it's got the little RT badge right there, you know, different style of the wheels, as well as the badge is a little bit different. So if you've ever seen the regular Scatpack badge, this is like on steroids. He's got like a little helmet and everything, 1320s, like he's about to drag race basically. And you come over here, these wheels are more like the traditional Hellcat type of tire right there. It says SRT in the middle. It says like the RT badge, 2 slashes. But you look at the badge, it's got the Hellcat, you know, Redeye version of the badge right there. Very monstrous looking. Like, dang, I cut myself. I'm gonna go ahead and start these things up. Let y'all hear it. Now I promise you, it sounds a lot louder when you actually step on the gas. This ain't the monster, so it's still a little bit more tame, but this is more like for someone who actually wants power that you can actually put down. You can actually put down all the power in this because these tires are actually more suited for this kind of power. Now, if they made out with like a 1320 version of this one, you know, the tires would have to be at least 315s, you know. So we're gonna do the cold start of this one. Now, anybody who knows anything about the Hellcats, you know, the red key means all the power right there. So let's do it's a little bit louder. It's not not even that loud because it's not necessarily actually a cold start, because I already did a full review of both of these vehicles. Now when you look at them side by side, both of them got Brembo brakes, but this one, because the Hellcat, it's got 6-piston Brembo brakes. You see 6 piston in the front and 4 mini pistons in the back, whereas this one doesn't have the red calipers, but still 4 piston in the back, and then the front has a Brembo 4 piston in the front. So instead of having the SRT, this one's got the SRT red Brembos, and this one's just got the regular, you know, Brembos, but no SRT, not red, and this is definitely only 4 piston. Other than that, the exterior of these vehicles is pretty much like the same. It's got the same little spoiler on the back, it's got the same little antenna, the trim looks the same, it basically looks the same, and both of these are not wide body. Now I will say that the wide bodies look way sicker on these cars. So the first one I'm gonna go as far as the interior, say the best for last, of course. Turn that off. All you gotta do is hit the start. 2 times it turns the car off. A lot of y'all didn't know that. Well, welcome to the channel. Let's go inside this joint right here. Now, both of these vehicles got the same multimedia system. It's the 8-inch joint, and I would say, in my opinion, it's the most responsive multimedia system that you can get. But the one difference that's different about these things, when you look right here, besides the climate control being the same thing, the button that's on here to change the drive mode, this one has a drag button and a super track pack button. So when you push drag, everything on here changes to drag. So not only does the multimedia system allow you to go into the performance pages, you know, so you can see your line lock, drive mode setup, launch control. You can also go into SRT performance pages and look at all your oil temperature, your parameters, your RPM, your torque, as well as you can look right here and get a little snidbit engine torque right there. You see it right there. So when you rev it, one thing that's weird about the Dodge Challenger and Chargers is if you started with the key and then hop in, everything inside here is already on, the gauges are already on, the multimedia is on, and that can actually rev the engine. Unlike other cars, you have to turn the car on before you can actually, when I say turn on, I mean push the start button, before you can actually do anything. This car is different. It's like I said, when you actually rev it, you hear the engine a little bit. See, you hear that? That's nice right there. So right now it's already in drag mode. You see all this stuff, everything's set to drag. Drag, 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 drag. I could use the paddle shifters. I don't need to. So I'm just gonna do a quick little test drive of this one. Like I said, this one has a 6.4 liter. I'm just gonna mostly just kind of, whoo, you hear that? The drag mode, it has that little, it's tuned a little bit different. So when you hit the accelerator, it's like, boom, right off the punch. And thank you to Earnhardt Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for supplying these vehicles for me to do these videos, because I'm telling you, Dodge, the Dodge Charger and Charger, some of the most popular performance cars that's out there. Now personally, I do drive an Audi, but that doesn't mean I'm not a fan of a nice car when I see one. I got it in drag mode and everything. See how it goes a little bit. Definitely feels a lot more manageable, especially with those good drag racing tires. I don't want to burn them up because they're for drag racing, all right? But like just sitting at a standstill, it doesn't take off and start spinning. Like the regular Scatpack, it starts spinning, goes as soon as if you're like sitting at a standstill and you completely just punch the gas, whether you go straight a little bit or turn it. If you're like at desktop and you got all the modes, you got it in sport mode and everything, and then you hit that gas, it's not too good for maintaining your control. But this one has drag racing tires on the front and the back. But the thing I'm surprised about is that the Hellcat has the same width of tire on it as this one. But then again, this is the 1320 version, you know. In case you haven't noticed, this thing has Alcantara steering wheel. That's nice. So not just the seats have Alcantara, the same seats that come in the Hellcat is in this one. The only thing is the badge in the back here doesn't say Hellcat. The other one says SRT Hellcat right there. But these are basically the same seats. So all the seats across the Chargers and Challengers are the same except for like your little stitch and everything. So you get that nice same comfort with the nice big good beefy bolstering in it. You know, that's one of my favorite things about these seats. They're just real nice seats, nice big comfy seats. This is, I feel like, it's going to be more suitable for the everyday kind of person who's a V8 enthusiast. You know, maybe a little more strapped for cash as well, you know, so maybe you can't afford a Hellcat Redeye jailbreak version with 800 horsepower, you know, because that supercharged V8 is what really makes that thing way more expensive. Very nice. Nice delivery of the power. I feel like the drag race, because the purpose of drag race tires is for you to be able to maintain traction, right? Because traction has always been one of the issues with the stock tire size that come on the Scatpack, right? So that's the reason why the 1320 it's beneficial. You know, it's beneficial in that aspect. I just pulled up next to the Hellcat, about to do drive it out one next. Little things that you may notice or don't notice that's a little bit different. Stay tuned. Oh, one more thing. Start off this badge. See, 1320 with the little B right there. I'm about to compare it. See how the badge is a little bit different. SRT with the little cap right there with the little red eye on them. Now, first off, I'm gonna go over some of the obvious differences. First off, when you see right there the push button start, it says "Wake the Beast." The other one did not say that at all. It was a traditional push button start. Hop in. You got the Hellcat emblem up there. Top speed of somebody else went is 162. That wasn't me, I promise y'all. That was not me that went that fast. I don't do that. None of these little strips out here. If anybody get a ticket, it ain't gonna be me. I've had my fair share with the police and the ticket game and all that stuff, and that misses for the birds. It's easier to just keep driving if you just, you know, just do it when they ain't around. But you got to be sure they ain't around. And if you a cop watching this video, just, you know, I never went over the speed limit. You know, speed limit, I never go over the speed limit. Just, you know, I just do the speed limit the way it's supposed to do. You know, there's no speeding at all in these videos, okay? Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. But real quick, I want to tell you a little bit of important information. Now, hold on real quick. The video's going to come back in like 15 seconds. So I want to share something with you. Very important. I got another YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel. And on that channel, I share some very important information. Probably some of the most important information you're going to be able to find on YouTube. All right. It's not just information about cars. It's information about you, people, your health. And this is really important because there's so many people out there who suffer from things like IBS, inflammation, joint pain, back pain, so many things. So if you never heard of alkaline versus acidic food, H3O2, you got ABS, you want to learn how to do detox for free, all kind of little methods, as well as some little product reviews, I suggest you check out my other channel. Back to the video. Link below in the description. Now, when you look at the interior of this vehicle, there's some obvious differences right here. Now, when you look at this trim right here, you see this trim? It's got almost like a brushed aluminum look to it, versus the other one was like a more solid color. You know, it's like somebody got like a piece of metal and got their little grind and did like a little bevel marks in it all the way around, and then someone put like a coat of gloss on it. Right? When you look up here, remember I talked about this, not the climate control, but right here. On the other one, it had a drag button. This one has SRT button right here, SRT button, as well as you got a launch button right here. So if you want to go in launch mode, all the little parameters up here are pretty much the same. You know, you got drive modes, you could do custom, sport, track. It's the same thing on the other one as well. Go to your performance pages, it'll let you see all the little parameters, you know, your oil temperature, RPMs, let you see the torque, horsepower, and everything that's going on inside there. I think that's pretty cool, you know, look at that right there. G-forces, so when you want to rev it, you know, if you want to see it in action, that's dope. But one thing that is a little bit different about this one does not come with the Alcantara steering wheel. Like I said, that one is like the drag race version, so they want to give you the steering wheel that's going to give you the best grip. They give you drag tires, versus this one, if you want the different tires, you're going to have to go purchase different tires. But on a positive note, as far as differences, you see I got the power right here. Look right there. What's the number on there? 800. That's a little bit of snippet of that's different on this guy right here, because this is a Hellcat. So if you're gonna be getting this vehicle, please make sure you know how to drive, because this one is, you know, like it says, a beast. Another similarity, like I said, the style of the seats is pretty much the same thing, but except you got like little white trim right here, and right here a matching badge right there, SRT, you know, with the Hellcat Redeye being right there. It'd be cool if it came with actual red eye on there, but it's still a very nice emblem. You know, it's actually pretty clean for it being stitched on there. Dope right there. And they both have the same armrest right here, where you pop that open, you got USB up in the auxiliary, a little 12 volt. You know, not too much stuff in there, but most people aren't getting this thing, you know, so they can plug up USBs and etc. and stuff like that. Most people, the main reason why you get in a car like this is for the, you know, for the punchiness of this. All right, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm gonna put this thing in sport mode. I'm not too big a fan of track mode, because it's not like I'm gonna be going balls to wall in a straight line. So I prefer sport mode. And something I noticed about it is a lot of little cool things about it. It's got chiller, it's got activated line lock, shift light for if you want to do like track mode or something like that. Race cool down. It's got like little post race checks right here. All kind of cool little stuff. Let's go. For this one, I got the windows down, because you gotta be able to hear the full excitement of this thing now. All right, now remember, 800 horsepower. Now I'm not gonna get off the gun right off the jump. Now you be the judge for yourself and tell me if you can notice a difference. Oh man, that's some good power right there. This thing hits. It's got some burbles and pop, 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 pop. Boy, I like that supercharger sound. Ain't nothing like the supercharger sound. That supercharger sounds good. See, you see how easy it just slips and just burns a little bit, but I technically didn't even go anywhere. It just, that's good. If you completely just stomp the gas, you don't go nowhere. This thing, the tires aren't wide enough to really put all the power down. So the trick around that is put the power down when you're already going. So when you're already going, then you can stomp the gas. So like right here. Woo! Damn, this thing, it sounds ridiculous, especially with the walls beside me. It had that. Damn. Excuse my language, but dang, this thing is like. Actually, I gotta go back that way again and hit that straight part with the walls on the side, and you can hear the engine so good. Like now, man, and I ain't gonna lie, right at the jump, it's kind of cool to, you know, just stomp the gas and it kind of burn out a little bit, but it's when you notice it's kind of unsafe and you might hit somebody or some other car or something, that's the thing that's not cool about it. But what is cool is when you're already going and you just, woo! Oh man, it's got, as long as you don't step on it right away, you can enjoy that power a little bit more. Like, oh yeah. Slow down a little bit so I can hear this a little bit better, because I got to. Dang. Man, this is no joke. This is one. I'll say it again. This is one of the ones right here. Man, it's like, oh man. You definitely ain't taking this on no road trip. I would be oh man, like you could get away with having this car and being satisfied just taking to the grocery store, you know, just go to the grocery store, I pick up, you know, you'll be fine. You will find reasons to just go to the store and get yourself a drink. Oh, I'll be back, babe, I gotta go get a soda real quick. You be back in 20 minutes. You be gone an hour and a half just going to get a soda because you just did that little woo!
Audio censored.
Oh man, forgive me. I usually don't even cuss. I usually watch my mouth pretty good, but man, this thing, oh man, this car could get somebody in trouble. This car is okay, just to be completely honest, this one is like way more, it's just way more fun. But if you're someone who's like if you can be honest with yourself and you know that you're irresponsible, you're not a very good driver, and you know that you're the type to get a bunch of tickets, you may want to get, you know, the 1320 version. You know, you can actually put the power down, or just get a regular Scatpack. You know, some people don't even need a 1320. You know, it's just something else besides a Hellcat, because a Hellcat in the wrong hands will get you in trouble for sure. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Slayage Media. Make sure you guys check out my next videos coming out. I got a lot more content. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.